Kody Brown snaps. You're kissing another man's wife. In the latest episode of Sister Wives, Kody Brown once again found himself at the center of attention, this time for his bold and somewhat controversial views on premarital relationships. Known for his strong opinions on family values and faith, Kody made it clear that when it comes to his children, he has very strict beliefs about physical affection before marriage. During the Sunday night episode, the father of 18 spoke openly about his commitment to the idea of chastity and explained that he doesn't want any of his kids fooling around before they officially tie the knot. His comments came after meeting his daughter Aurora's boyfriend, Brody Utley, in a scene that quickly became one of the most talked about moments of the episode. The meeting took place at Kody and his wife Robin's lavish new home, often referred to by fans as their mountain mansion. The atmosphere was light and festive as the family gathered to decorate what Kody humorously described as the world's smallest Christmas tree. Brody, Aurora's 23-year-old boyfriend, had come over to help with the decorations, giving Kody and Robin the perfect opportunity to spend some time getting to know the young man. Brody, who works as a rancher, seemed polite and respectful, and Kody even admitted that he trusted his daughter with him. He told viewers that despite the old cowboy cliches, he believed Brody to be someone of integrity and character. "I can trust my daughter with this cowboy," Kody said with a hint of pride, though his protective instincts remained fully intact. As the conversation between Kody and Brody unfolded, it quickly shifted from casual small talk to a serious discussion about responsibility and protection. Brody shared that he had recently given Aurora a pocket knife as a gift, explaining that it was meant to help her protect herself if she ever found herself in danger. Kody seemed intrigued by the gesture, calling it an interesting concept. He used the moment to segue into one of his favorite topics, a man's duty to protect the woman he's dating. "When my daughter's going out with you, I'm not there to protect her," Kody told Brody directly. "And so it's your job to protect her, right?" Brody, clearly aware of the weight behind Kody's question, agreed without hesitation. "Definitely," he said. But Kody wasn't finished yet. He pushed the idea even further by asking Brody whether he believed it was also his responsibility to protect Aurora from himself. The young man, realizing what Kody was implying, once again affirmed that it was. To lighten the mood, Brody even joked that he hoped Aurora would never have to use the pocket knife on him, a remark that got a laugh from both Robin and Aurora. Still, it was evident that Kody's message wasn't just about physical safety, it was about moral and emotional protection too. Kody then turned to the camera and shared his thoughts with viewers, expanding on what he believes is the deeper meaning of his advice. He explained that he constantly reminds his children, especially his daughters, to be cautious in their romantic relationships and to avoid getting involved too quickly or too deeply before marriage. "It's impossible to be involved with each other in a nature that's romantic without the potential of hurt," he said. "And that's when you get vulnerability, is when you're willing to take that chance, right?" To Kody, vulnerability in relationships before marriage often leads to heartbreak, confusion, or regret, things he wants his children to avoid. His comments soon took on a more religious tone as he began to explain his views on chastity and why he believes it's essential to maintain physical purity before marriage. Kody told Brody and Aurora that he always advises young men dating his daughters that their role is to protect them, even from yourself. He elaborated further with a statement that left some viewers cringing and others nodding in agreement. "When you're just dating, you're kissing another man's wife, until she's your wife," Kody said firmly. "And if she doesn't become your wife, you're kissing another man's wife. This is the reason I believe in chastity. Don't take something away from them that doesn't belong to you." To Kody, physical affection before marriage isn't just about the act itself, it's about respect, ownership, and moral boundaries. His comments reflected his long-standing belief that intimacy belongs exclusively within the sanctity of marriage. It was a sentiment that drew mixed reactions from fans, many of whom recalled similar conversations he's had in the past. Kody has always been outspoken about his faith-based views on relationships, often to the discomfort of his children and their partners. Still, he stood by his conviction, claiming that he had practiced what he preached in his own life. He reminded both Brody and the audience that when he was dating his fourth wife, Robin, he refrained from any physical intimacy until after their marriage. "As much as I loved Robin when we began dating, I kept my hands off of her until we were married," he said. It was, in his eyes, a sign of respect and self-discipline, something he hoped his children would emulate. Aurora, who was present during the entire exchange, later told viewers that it was pretty clear her dad was talking about chastity and self-control, though she wasn't entirely sure Brody was fully following the conversation. Laughing, she admitted, "I can tell Brody's very much thinking about tactics. I know how to use knives, I'm trained in mixed martial arts, she's good, sir." Her light-hearted comment revealed just how different her father's perspective was from her boyfriend's more practical approach to protection. While Aurora understood the moral lesson behind her father's words, Brody seemed to interpret the conversation more literally. For longtime Sister Wives fans, this wasn't the first time Kody had made headlines for his awkward or intense talks about romance and chastity. The scene was reminiscent of a memorable and equally uncomfortable moment from years ago, when Kody sat down with another one of his daughters, Kody, and her then boyfriend to give them what he called the talk. The episode, which aired during season 7, became infamous among fans for its cringeworthy content. Kody lectured the teenage couple about the dangers of even the most innocent physical gestures. He told them that hand-holding was risky and kissing was downright dangerous, claiming that it was essentially a form of hormone transfer. "When you kiss the person that you kiss, their hormones go into your mouth," Kody told Kody and her boyfriend at the time, with absolute seriousness. "And it registers certain things that will stimulate both the heart and the body for other reasons." The statement quickly became one of the most talked about lines in Sister Wives history, and it solidified Kody's reputation for being both intensely protective and hilariously out of touch when it comes to his children's dating lives. The conversation with Brody was less awkward than that infamous moment, but it carried the same underlying message: Kody's unwavering belief in purity before marriage. To him, romance without boundaries is a recipe for pain, and emotional or physical intimacy before marriage crosses a line that should remain sacred. Whether his children agree with him or not, Kody continues to push these values, seeing himself as both a father and a moral guide. His protectiveness, while sometimes overbearing, comes from a place of genuine concern for his daughter's well-being. Still, for many viewers, the moment highlighted just how disconnected Kody has become from his adult children and the modern world around him. His ideals, while consistent with his faith, often clash with the realities of his kids' lives and choices. Aurora, at 23, is an adult capable of making her own decisions, and her father's old-fashioned talk about chastity seemed out of place to some fans who believe Kody struggles to let go of control. Yet for others, the scene was classic Sister Wives, a reminder of the complex mix of love, faith, and tension that defines the Brown family dynamic. Ultimately, Kody's message about protecting his daughters, even from themselves, reflects his ongoing effort to hold on to the moral and spiritual framework that once defined his family. Even as his relationships with his wives and older children have fractured, he continues to find meaning in these moments of fatherly guidance. Whether his words of chastity will resonate with Aurora and Brody remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Kody Brown isn't backing down from his beliefs anytime soon, even if his children would rather he keep some of those lessons to himself.